Welcome back. I am Marquita Hudgens, and this is episode 54 of the Voice Behind the Voice podcast. We are on the Show Up series. This is part 3, and I'm talking about going all the way in, giving it all you've got. So, showing up is about showing up for yourself. It's about starting the race, taking the first step, and going all the way to the end. Um, this is something that has come from my Self-Protocol series, which is the first one is always hard, but once I get the first one out, I'm good. Okay, committing to your own set of values, setting your own standards, drawing your own boundaries, and communicating your expectations and limitations. Also, respecting your protocol and the protocol of others. And I also added standing up for what you believe in, which has been very important in these last few series. So this is the end. This is the last week. Tomorrow is the last episode of season 1. I want you to know season 1 will always be available for you. And season 2, it looks like will start as late as November. So go ahead and we'll keep watching this. We will be building the anticipation with our Saturday shorts every Saturday at 10 a.m. Now on all of our accounts, we will be posting Saturday shorts starting next month. So be watching out for that Saturday shorts, and I'll probably be doing something else that has to do with the prayerful dynamic to keep that YouTube channel going. But that's me. I'm going all the way in, y'all. I'm not just stopping at season 1, but I'm going all the way in. And we're talking about today. So the theme of the showing up is the success of your dreams. That is the finish line. And today I'm coupling this episode with our standard series. I want you to understand that when you have standards, you're like, I'm going to say you're like the tree planted by the rivers of water that cannot be moved. When you have standards and you stand on them and you're confident in them, and no matter what anybody says, you believe that you are who you say you are. You say what you mean what you say. You have standards and you uphold them, and you hold yourself to the standards, but you're not forcing everyone else to live according to your standards. These are your standards for you to live, and the expectation is that everybody respects your standards, and if they don't, they gotta go. And you need to be able to respect other people's standards, and if you can't respect those people's standards, you need to leave them alone. And so all of this is all for the self-actualization, realizing your full potential. In part 1 of the Show Up series, we talked about acknowledging your potential, which is taking that first step. And when you take that first step, you already have your end game in mind, which is the finish line, which is the success of your dreams. You take that first step. And one thing that's really good is writing things down, especially when it comes to standards, because you don't want, I know a lot of people who will really hold you to their own standards and will not hold themselves to those standards. And it's devastatingly pitiful. But I want you to get into the habit of devoting your heart to the process, to the race. Keep your heart in the race, because that's going to be your stamina. So the power push, we talked about your beliefs and everything that's going to give you power to go, right? Because you're at the starting line, and you've conditioned, you've done everything you need to do. The gun goes off. That's the Show Up series. The gun goes off. Step 1 is you acknowledge your potential. You already know the end game. That's going to be tomorrow's episode. You already know where you plan to go, and you have to put your heart all the way, and you have to be devoted. You have to dedicate your standards. When we talked about committing to your values and using those to create your standards, so we know what your values are. we know your core values. Now we have these standards. This is how I'm going to um, this is what I'm going to focus on. This is the image that I'm going to uphold. You keep it no matter what. It's your brand. People know that once that gun goes off, they're going to see you first at the starting line. And remember, this is not a race. When I'm talking about the race, I'm not talking about racing against other people. I'm talking about from the starting line to the finishing line, all the things that can happen. But because it is a metaphor, I will mention that, you're first, in comparison to all the other people in the race. But this is your race to be ran alone. You are racing against opposition. You're racing against adversity, but it's not a race against time, because like I said in the last episode, what God has for you, it's for you. So when you get there, when you get to the finish line, you won. Because it's the success of your dreams. It's the desires that God put in your heart. And when you hit that first step, that you can potentially make it to the end. Now what you have to do is devote your heart and put your 100% into it and get there and get to the end. So it is a process. You have to do everything it takes in order to achieve. And like at the end of the Power Push series, I said, I'm going to do everything that I'm capable of. Everything that God put in me, the powers to do, the desires, I'm going to do that. And everything that I can't do, everything that's out of my control, I'm going to let God handle that. And it's the process. It's the process. You can't always control everything, but you can't sit and be sad about the things that you can't control. You can't be mad at the world because you can't control one little piece. You have to give it to the Lord and do what you can to achieve the success of your dreams. All right, that's it for episode 54. I found myself getting to the point in the last two episodes where I was around this time and I could have stopped, and I was like, no, it's not long enough. I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna stop it here. So again, my name is Marquita Hudgens. You can follow me on just about every platform. Multiple accounts. Click the link in my bio. Go to mhudgens.me and you will see every single account I have. And if you click on each account on that homepage, it will take you to another page that will show you all of how you can follow and interact with each of those pages on social media. And I'm excited. I'm stoked. I can't wait for season 2. I do not have all of 2022 planned, but as far as podcasts go, we're ready for 2022, and I can't wait. I hope that you're there with us. There will be 3 podcasts going 2022, and it's gonna work out. We have goals and we have a plan. We have the strategy, and now we just need your support. So thank you so much for those of you who have been supporting. It's very low, like I think $1, $2 a month, or you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com// Hudgens Media, and you can support for as little as $4 a month. So, and you get more things, you get stuff. So go ahead, check us out, okay? Subscribe to this channel. That would definitely help. Like this video. Check out the rest of the podcast, the Voice Behind the Voice podcast, and also the Prayerful Dynamic podcast, all right? Peace.